every day is different. Every video is different. But my passion will always be the same. This is Kai for Warshawn, aka Stormboy13, and the storm has arrived. Wow! Hi guys, Stormboy13. Well, we're approaching into February, so it's time to bring up the February 2020 outlook of what the outlook will hopefully bring for next month. Now, recently I've been having comments, when is it going to snow? I want a blanket of snow. I want work to be cancelled. I want school to be cancelled, whatever. Or I just want to play in the snow, whatever. Right, and some of you will be like, we don't want it to snow. It's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause mayhem for travelling. Don't want it to happen. We don't want to repeat a piece of this. Here is the answer. Now this is just prediction wise. Doesn't necessarily guarantee mean it will happen. But it's accurate enough as it would probably be likely to occur. But February 2020 will be likely to be a dry month, a slightly mild month, but also a bit of a dull month. So some of you will be delighted, some of you are going to be throwing tantrums and throwing stuff all over, I'm afraid. It's unlikely, it's a low chance that we will be seeing some widespread snow next month, I'm afraid. So it's going to be another reasonably mild month for the station winter, so, but nowhere near as mild as last year though, and it's not going to be anywhere near as sunny either, but drier than what you would expect for the time of the year for February. So the good news is it's not going to be anywhere near as wet as we've had over the last couple of months. So let's get started. So this year February will begin on a Saturday, so we're going heading straight into the first weekend. The first weekend, well, following from the last week of January, prediction-wise, will be changeable with some spells of rain at times. So, prediction-wise for February, it will maintain that a little bit, but I think most in the way of drier weather with some sunny spells, temperatures probably turning a little bit cooler than, well, a bit cooler, but close to average throughout the first weekend, some sunny spells. There will be a chance of some spells of rain or showers at times throughout the first weekend of February, so a little bit mixed, a bit breezy as well, nothing too stormy to write about. So, the first full week of February, from the 3rd to the 7th, mostly it is going to be a reasonably dry week. There will be occasional little bit of drizzly rain around, or a few light showers on some days. But most days, high pressure will be revigorating itself, so reasonably the conditions are going to be on the settled side. But again, it will be mostly quite cloudy. I think the 1 or 2 days you may get a mostly sunny picture, but most of the time expect a grey outlook for the beginning of February, with a little bit of occasional drizzly weather at times on 1 or 2 days. But overall, it's looking dryish for the first week of February. And actually, the weather will be staying that way into the second weekend of February. Again, maintaining a dry but mostly cloudy theme throughout the second weekend. The temperatures, forgot to mention the temperatures throughout the first week, probably a little bit milder than average most days, but probably occasionally when it turns drizzly, temperatures may be a bit lower. Temperatures probably close to average again throughout the second weekend of February, but probably turning gradually more sunnier though, as I'll just mention just a sec. Then as we approach the second week of February, from the 10th to the 14th, for the first half of the week, it is there to turn probably the coldest spell of the season so far. Temperatures only just a couple of degrees above freezing, prediction-wise, with plenty of sunshine. There will be a bit of a northwesterly flow, which is why temperatures will be tumbling slightly. But it won't last too long, and to be honest, there is a teeny bit of a chance you may see the odd snow flurry on coastal areas. So hey, you may get a little bit of a surprise, but definitely no blanket, because the pressure's too high to have snow to form, and we're not getting like an easterly direction, we're getting about the opposite. The high pressure will be moving towards the centre of the UK throughout the latter part of the second week, so turning less cold, less sunny as well, mostly cloudy, temperatures closer to average, ending the second week of February, so it won't last too long. But throughout the third weekend, conditions again, high pressure mostly in control, so again things stay on the settled side, mostly sunny, as the clouds will mostly break up at that stage. Temperatures, it shifts about a bit, but there's a bit of uncertainty, but I think that according to AccuWeather, an increased risk of a bit of sunshine, temperatures still reasonably close to average, but feeling pleasant. Certainly the winds will be light, that's one thing to take for granted. So the third weekend of February, it's dry once again. The third week, and it will be half-term week for most, 17th to 21st, it goes down, well, eventually the high must come down to a low. It will have a bit of a breakdown with the high pressure. For a couple of days it will turn very windy and possibly quite wet with some strong winds and a bit of heavy rain around. It won't be concerned with river levels at this stage. And it will only be a brief affair because it will set to turn drier once again. The temperatures will also be rising as well, close to double figures throughout the third week of February, 10 to 12 Celsius quite likely on several days, mostly when it's wet. But overall it's not going to be hugely cold, and it will linger on into the fourth weekend of February, the 22nd and the 23rd. Sunny spells, but mostly cloudy, but temperatures quite mild possibly. Probably the mildest stage in February, with 12 to 14 Celsius quite widely for the UK, 22nd and 23rd. But we're not going to expect to have record-breaking values, we also would need the sunshine, and prediction-wise we'll stay on the cloudy side. The last week of February, the 24th to the 28th, temperatures staying up milder than average for that time of the year. The weather, we will have a dry start in the morning, dry start of the week, with mostly cloudy conditions once again. There will be a few sunny days if you're lucky. The latter stage of the week, 24th to 28th, we will see some showers breaking out. The pressure will start to close itself down a little bit again. So some showers breaking out at the end of the week. Temperatures still mild, 10 to 11 Celsius. The model will predict by the end of February. And that's how February will be shaping up to be. So there's not a huge amount to describe the weather. That's why the video is a little bit quicker than we would expect. So just to fully recap, February 2020 will be likely to be a lot of dry days, and certainly a drier than average month, which will be welcome news. This is just prediction wise though, it doesn't mean it guarantee it will happen. There's just a possibility it could happen. The rainfall totals will be considerably lower than average. Sunshine totals probably duller than average or slightly duller than average. Very few places will get sunnier than average February. But temperatures will be slightly milder than average. I think the coldest of the weather will be the first half of February. The warmest of the weather will be at the second half of February, particularly at the third week and the fourth weekend. That's what the warmest of the weather will be likely to be at. So that's what we'll be expecting for February. A lot of dry weather, occasionally a bit cold in the first half, but mostly dull as well, but certainly dry. There you go, that's February 2020 outlook for you. Hope you got the message. We'll see if it happens in a month's time. So I will be doing the update for March 2020. So, thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come soon as always. Keep an eye on the description and obviously keep an eye on my channel. And other than that, storm's now out.